following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in my thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me, big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Before we get started, let's say hi to Astro. Astro and my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell. Hope everybody's doing good. Chat room, people are starting to show up, so let's say hi. Cindy Lady Lake is in the chat room. Thank you so much for all your promotional help. Jeff Caperton, what's up, superstar? Don Hinton is in the chat room. We're going to have a really good time today on the show. We have Ziggy and Paul Gunn coming on, and we love them, and we haven't actually seen them since Halloween. And then we have Paul C. Hemies coming on, and so it should be a fun show, and I'm looking forward to it. And we had are you going to tell them about Astro or no?
Yeah, well, it's not a secret. Astro had his teeth pulled out. He's only got 4 left.
Five,
because he had bad gums and bad teeth, which I found out is hereditary. So his parents must have had rotten mouth. But he's healthy and happy, and we had him cut down, so now he lost all his beautiful hair, and he looks like a rodent, but we love him just the same.
So he had 24 teeth, and now he has 5.
And it was a nightmare for me because, you know, they could die under the anesthesia. They're little. Little dogs don't take anesthesia well. So I had a very horrific yesterday.
Monday.
And I'm still sick with this, whatever it is that my daughter and I have. As you can tell, I'm not well. My eyes are burning. My nose is stuffed. I'm dizzy. And we found out from some people that Jimmy saw last night at dinner, they have the same thing. They're dizzy. And they said it's because of the dust. In the desert, the desert's full of dust. Oh, so what am I going to do? I have to suffer the season out until whatever.
So Jeff says they had to do the same thing with their Bichon, Roxy. They had to get the teeth taken out, and we were a nervous wreck on Monday. We're so happy he came out happy and healthy and wonderful and beautiful. And his hair will grow back soon. And
speaking of hair, if I had eyelashes and earrings on now, I could be doing drag. I mean, this is like a woman's hairdo.
You could be B. Arthur.
No, you know how many women would kill to have my hair? Because all they do is get out of the shower, go like that, and they have a hairdo. Look at this. It's a beautiful hairdo. I used to do this hairdo when I was a hairdresser. A little fuller on the top, you know, tease it up a little. But picture now with earrings. I mean, I could look like an ugly woman. I used to be a pretty one, but now we're ugly.
Actually, too, Dawn's in that chat room, and she always likes watches, and so show her your watch.
Oh, this is my Versace wristwatch that Jimmy gave me for Christmas. So it matches my shirt. It's Citron.
And also matches his car.
It matches my car, and it's gold. You know, the whole thing is real gold.
They thought B. Arthur was a funny thing.
Well, I look like B. Arthur. You know, seriously, somebody said if they do Silver Foxes, you know, they take off on the Golden Girls, that I should play the part of the male lead. But, you know, B. Arthur looked like a man. She was easy to impersonate because she's big like a man, tall, big, broad. I met her 100 years ago. I met her. I was next to her and smiled. She was our captain for our gay pride parade in Palm Springs about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, maybe. And I met her. hello, how are you? Be nice. I like your work. Goodbye.
That's funny as shit.
That was it. But she was very nice to all of us.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show every week. Every week they come out with new rankings of where we actually sit. And number one, I found out last night, that we are in the top half of 1% of all podcasts in the world. And it says, according to this thing online that I Googled and found, there are almost 3.3 million podcasts, and we're in the top half of 1%, which is really cool.
What does that mean?
It means out of 3 million, you're in like the top. I don't know what's the half of one. What's 1% of 3 million? 3 million is like you're.
I have no idea what they talk.
Anyway, you're in the top podcast in the world, number one.
I'm I'm the best in the world. Screw them.
Okay, you can be the best in the world, and then I took another picture. Hold on, where'd it go? Here we go. And so right now, you guys were number 17 in the United States, number 9 in Great Britain for TV and film podcasts. We're number 233 overall. We're also charting in Canada and Germany. So this week we're only charting in 5 places, but our numbers went up, and we're right behind. What number did I say we are? We are.
This is boring.
No, it's not boring. We're number 9. So
cares.
What's the famous British guy, TV host? Graham Norton. So we're only 8 spots behind Graham Norton, you guys, which is pretty big since he's like one of the biggest talk
nobody's
show
interested
hosts.
in this bullshit. It's like you're watching television and they say Biden is 12 and Trump is 40. All that garbage. Who cares? They're all fixed phonies and liars anyway. Whoever becomes president, there's no such thing as honesty anymore in this country. No, honesty is gone. Wake up, America. We're under some kind of an invasion or something.
In the meantime, we also our guests will be here. They're here, but we have to finish going over some stuff.
I feel like shit. I don't think I'm going to give you a good show. So don't get upset.
Nobody's going to get.
Look what I look like. I look like an old lady.
That's okay. So fluff your hair a little.
My hair's very curly. If I do this, look what I want.
Yeah, that's good. Okay,
Look
do
what
that.
I wind up with. I mean, forget it. Look at it. I look like a mad scientist. I should wear my hair
I
like
said we
this.
look like an Easter basket because I've got pink and green glasses
No,
on.
but I should wear my hair like this when I make that movie, Red River, if I decide to play the professor.
You could be a mad professor.
The scientist, if I put glasses on now with this, I could look like a wild scientist. Now you made me look like a jerk.
No, you look fabulous.
Get out of here, Jimmy. Fabulous. This looks. You remember those dolls you used to put in the car years ago?
Yeah, the
over
Ziggy
here?
dolls.
Who?
Ziggy dolls. I don't know what else they call. We call them Ziggy dolls.
No, they were little Nebusha.
like trolls.
They were never
little troll dolls with big hair.
Yeah, troll dolls, Nebusha dolls. That's what I look like. Look like a Nebusha.
Cindy says she loves the hair.
Look.
Jeff Caperson says you look like Ron Einstein.
Ron Einstein. I mean, really. Let's see what we could do with it.
So in the meantime, you guys, thanks for tuning in. You can hear us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Prime. Those are the main ones. We're on 160 other ones, and we appreciate everybody listening. And if you're going to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, because that's the best one for us. It really helps us out a lot. And we do have 2 fun guests coming on.
Yes, and I thought the interview with what's-her-face, Kind there. Rosalind Kind was a wonderful interview. Was one of my favorite that I enjoyed doing. It only got how many?
We only got 1 million plays so far.
1 million plays. I'm surprised it only got 1 million plays. That's we have to wait till the end of the month to get all the. But I hate all these things that we have to have. Why do we have to have all these polls for this is that and the other? What are we, a nut country now? Now we're a country of polls?
No, it's not polls.
Yeah, New York has got 20% of this. The other one has 30 of it. Everything is a percentage.
Well, if you want to find out how popular you are to get guests, you have to be popular. And so.
No, but I don't need some jerky organization to find out how popular I am.
It's not a jerky organization.
You know how popular you are by your fan mail.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Well,
I get tons of fan mail.
Well, the way they actually said they liked her a lot last week. They loved her last week. So who knows?
You don't get any fan mail, but I get fan mail.
I do get fan mail, but it's not on Facebook. It's in other places because I'm not that popular on Facebook.
No, you're not.
I'm popular in other places.
I'm very popular on Facebook. I've got 5,000 followers consistently.
It's okay.
If somebody leaves, there's always somebody jumping in.
Yeah,
I have a list a mile long of people who want to be my friend on Facebook
That's good.
because I'm nice.
I'm nice too.
You're not on Facebook.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're a greedy little.
I only have
You're
3,000.
a greedy communist.
Oh yeah, right. Anyway,
Oh, I look like shit. I feel like shit. I should really go get a mask. Can I do the show with a Halloween
no,
mask?
you
on?
can't do the show. You're fine. Hey, you know what? The fact that the show must go on and that you're here, that's all that matters.
I'm not here. My body's here, but my mind just left.
That's okay. So we're gonna bring on our first guests, and let's
Is that my Ziggy?
bring him in, Ziggy
Maybe
and Paul.
Ziggy. Yeah, Paul's all right, but Ziggy's my honey. There's my honey. Look at her. Look like a 1950s glamour pot. Look at you. I hate you. Look at you. You're gorgeous.
You know what, Ron?
No, get out of here, Paul. We don't care about you.
I'm turning you up.
He's tuning you up.
Sit down, Paul.
You guys look fabulous, by the way.
Who cares about Paul?
Ron, I
What?
looked up Jane Russell's looks, and this was one of
Absolutely.
her iconic looks.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm Ziggy Russell today.
That was her, the opening, not opening, that was her dance when she did that in the Bob Hope film. With
Did you hear
Bob.
what she said? I'm Ziggy Russell today.
She looks like Jane Russell if she had dark hair.
Yeah.
And he looks like the boy. We don't like him anymore. Ziggy, you know why I'm not happy with him.
Why?
She knows why. I'm
I
like
do.
Ziggy's mother. I'm Ziggy's father
Because they're not
and
married,
mother.
probably.
I'm Ziggy's father and mother, and I
What?
watch over my girl, and I say to my girl, "Don't you dare be a mattress for anybody." If,
Paul!
if there's no ring, if there's no ring, there's no ding-a-ling.
Say hi. So first of all, let's do an
Meanwhile,
welcome.
you look gorgeous, Paul.
Oh, thank you. I just threw this stuff on.
You look great.
You look
We
fantastic.
usually always see you naked. Nice to see you.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Actors, directors, producers. They're like basically performers in the industry. They do everything. They're fantastic. Welcome, Ziggy and Paul Gunn. Welcome
And they're
back.
very special people in my life.
Thank you.
I
We
love-
love you so very much.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you. You guys rock.
Oh, here we go. So we actually haven't seen you guys since Halloween.
It's
Since
been
the
a while,
Halloween
yeah.
at Madame Tussauds. I know you guys have tons of cool stuff going on because I talked to this guy. He follows me on TikTok, and now I don't remember his name, but he's got a movie, Smile Maker, and so he asked if he could call me and talk to me, and I said yes, and he said that that you guys were in that somehow a part of the film. Are you still?
It
Maybe
was
not.
probably Mikey, right? Mikey. Tiffany?
Yes.
Okay,
Mikey.
we'll give a shout out to him because
Yes.
he's really cool.
Yeah, Mikey.
Oh, does that
Well,
mean you're not
unfortunately-
involved with it anymore?
What's that?
Does that mean you're not involved with it anymore?
No. Yeah. Mikey is still awesome. Shout out to him too. You know, but we are forming our own production company and teaming up with Chris Ross Leon and
Yes.
Jack Fela, and we're making our own movies. So
And you're going to be a director.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. That's actually why I was bringing it up, is because I thought you were directing that. So you're going to direct something else that'll be better, and
Yes. Yeah.
and Paul will be in it. And I'm super
Probably. Yeah.
excited for you guys to start doing your own projects. I think that's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's way past due time. So we've been doing some writing, and gosh, Chris has like 40 scripts, and I know you guys have a lot of scripts too. Maybe we'll take a look at yours and
We have a
Do that.
ton.
We have so much work ahead that I don't know when it's going to start. But when it starts, I'm going to be on 2 pictures at the same time, and I'll be 84 years old when I do that.
All
So-
right.
Awesome.
You go, Ron.
I'm
That's
84
right.
years old and doing 2 pictures at the same time.
Wow. How about 3?
I actually
but
have.
That's like insane. You don't do that. And 1 picture's in New York and 1 is in California.
Oh,
So
wow.
I have roller skates, and I skate back and forth from LA to New York. And then back to New York.
That is so awesome. I love it. I love it so much.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, for your first of all, does your production company have a name?
We're coming up with some ideas.
We're brainstorming.
Okay, so we don't have a name yet. It's a hard thing to come up with because you're going to live with it for a long time. So you want it
It
to
should
be a
be
good one.
Ziggy and Twiggy.
Ziggy and Twiggy.
Ziggy and Twiggy.
Are you guys gonna? What kind of genre? Are you gonna do all genres? Or are you gonna? Because I know right now you guys are in a lot of horror movies. Are you gonna stick with
we're
horror?
not going to do horror.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm more action and adventure kind of person and sci-fi.
And that Paul keeps getting cuter and cuter. What are you doing to him, Ziggy?
Covering my
Giving him
face.
facials? Are you giving him bun facials?
Lots of facials.
That's it.
Bun facials.
Do you know what a mouth hug is? No.
Actually, he said a bun facial,
Yeah, a bun facial. You know buns?
like
What's that?
sitting on his face.
Sitting on his face.
Okay.
Years ago,
That's my regular position.
when I was a young fellow, we used to say that when we wanted to be mean. We'd say, "Come over here, let me sit on your face." And that man, shut up.
I'll start using that.
Ziggy, Paul, how do you put up with Ziggs? She's so crazy and wild and fabulous.
Take a deep breath and just embrace what's coming. Somewhere in there, there's stuff to laugh.
You're so serious and quiet and sensible, and she's.
You don't know him very well.
Yeah, I don't think he's serious. It just depends.
Listen, nobody could be like Zig. Like
Bring
her.
out his fun side. Yeah.
Joanna has a personality that goes beyond personalities. Company. If I know I'm going to be in her company, you know how excited I get because I know I'm going to have fun because she's up.
You guys are rock stars, you know.
No, but let's not make it a rim job conversation. But I mean, you really are a fun girl.
By the way, everybody in the chat room loves how you guys are dressed up. They absolutely love
Jane
it.
Russell
And
Brad Pitt.
one of the girls in the chat room, her name is Dawn Hinton. She loves you guys.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you say hi to Dawn. Say hi to Dawn.
She's awesome. Thank you.
She loves you guys. When I put up the thing yesterday, you were coming on. She got all excited. She sends me messages on Instagram. Oh my God, that's so
the
great.
thing I love most about the blonde, my tomato, I haven't got it. The thing I love most about the tomato is she grabs life by the balls, and Paul's also. But
Balls is my favorite word.
when there's
Balls is her
Paul
favorite
is
word.
just shaking his head quietly. No, and she makes the best out of everything. Do you ever have a depressed moment, Joanne?
Oh, you know, everyone has those moments, but I like to wake up singing and dancing, and it just makes the whole day fantastic. So I think everybody should do that.
I think you should write a book, seriously, on how to be happy, because you are, even if you're not happy, you trick yourself into thinking you're happy.
I studied a lot of psychology, and well, happiness is a choice. You know, you can actually choose to be happy and do what you love and be around the people that you love. And the older you get, the more important that is to, you know, only work with the people that you want to work with and that treat you right. The others can go fly hot, you know.
Well, sometimes you have to work with people you hate, but you for the sake of the movie, you smile.
That's why we're doing our own, and we're just bringing the people we want to work with, and we'd so love to have you guys involved. That we would be so honored, honestly.
I know it's like fun.
But
I like the fact that you guys want to do different genres. So, Paul, do you know how to do sword work? Have you ever worked with swords? Because I've seen pictures of you with swords.
I was in a medieval stunt show in Vegas for about 12 years. And then I had to learn sword fighting there. And then when I moved to Los Angeles from Vegas, the first show I got in LA at that time was the Pirates Dinner Adventure Show.
So you can do
That's
us
who you look like.
So
Well, I'm sitting here since the show opened and thinking, who do you look like? And you look like him,
I look like him.
the guy with the earplug that doesn't
Johnny
like
Depp.
Johnny Depp. You look like Johnny Depp when he does that pirate film.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Doesn't he look like Johnny Depp?
Oh,
You
it's,
do.
it's the facial hair. Yeah, I see.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
I
really,
did.
you really look. Everybody out there that's watching, if he doesn't look like Johnny Depp, yell "fuck you."
I don't think he looks like Johnny Depp. I think he looks.
I think he
Yes,
looks.
on the type.
Oh no,
on
I
the
think
type.
he looks like Johnny Depp in that movie.
Yeah.
I like
You know,
him.
Johnny Depp doesn't like to memorize scripts. You know that.
Oh
He
yeah.
hates it. He doesn't even read them. He just goes on the set and they have an earplug and they give him his lines like I get.
That's what they do to a lot of the.
That's what I do now. I'm so wonderful on the set. I could do 37 pages nonstop without
That's
one
fantastic.
mistake
I love it.
because I'm listening. So I can't screw up. But if I didn't have the earplug, I'm in one movie with Joe Kelly. I couldn't get the.
They're in it. I don't think Ziggy's in it, but you're in
no,
Clown Motel too.
Paul's in it.
Yeah.
Paul's in it. And
That was
I in my scene, I'm General Milan, and the line was something about what were they bits? What were they called?
Oh, Bitcoins.
Bitcoins.
Oh,
I had never heard the word Bitcoin in my
He
life.
couldn't figure it out. He couldn't
And
remember
I
it.
didn't know what it was, and I couldn't remember that goddamn word for the life.
I
And we
remember.
kept doing take, and I kept saying, "What the fuck is that thing called? What is it anyway?" They said it's a Bitcoin. So Joe
I
came
don't
over.
think we have to really worry about it.
No, Joe shows me a Bitcoin. I said, "What good is that going to do?" I still not going to remember it. So finally, when I got it, they applauded.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you ever have that where one word screws you up? One stupid word could screw you up.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure there has been one. I just can't remember what it was.
Peloponnese.
What?
Peloponnese.
What the hell is that?
Polo ponies.
A polo pony?
I got that from the honeymooners.
What did she get?
You have to say polo ponies, and Norton says Peloponnese.
Oh, somebody was supposed to say polo pony?
And
they
yeah,
said,
on the honeymooners.
pull up.
And he says Peloponnese is like Peloponnese. So it's polo ponies. So yeah, there you go.
No, I've heard other actors say winners. I mean, really humdingers. Who was it that was something about they thought they said hoard? They called her a whore. Hoarder. A hoarder.
A hoard.
They called, for some reason, they said, "Oh, you're a hoarder." And she thought they said, "You're a whore." Well, she said, she said, "I'm not a whore." I'm a hoarder. Anyway,
And
right
he
after,
goes, I am no.
right?
Oh, there, yeah, and
Castro hasn't any teeth. They took his teeth out.
So wait, I want to go back. Okay, so because you guys have a whole bunch of things that you guys have been doing, and also a bunch of movies are out now. Because I'm on Tubi and I see all these movies, and I know you guys are in a bunch of these different films that are out, which I think is really cool. And you have a movie coming out. I actually put I actually have two trailers just because they're things that you're in. Camp Pleasant Lake. I want to hear a little bit about Camp Pleasant Lake because what a great cast.
yeah.
Now, are you both in that or only one of you in it?
No, I was in it. I got Paul in that one too.
Okay.
I get him on all my projects.
No, that's smart.
And yeah, and vice versa too. Camp Pleasant Lake. Well, and that was actually a lot of fun. Yeah, we were in, with Robert Lasardo. What was the
Yeah, I wrote it down. Jonathan Lipnicki, who I never met. I would like to
Yeah.
meet.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome. And Bonnie
Michael-
Aarons was so
Michael
cool.
Pare. We're doing a movie, hopefully, with Bonnie Aaron soon.
Oh,
Robert
Hey.
Lasardo, Devaney Pinn, Jackson Everest, Mike Ferguson, Andrew Devoff. So I've met everybody but Bonnie Aarons and Jonathan Lipnicki.
Oh,
And,
yeah, you'll love them. They're really amazing people.
so Jonathan Lipnicki is the little kid. Do you remember the movie Jerry Maguire?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't remember. Anyway, he was a little kid in Jerry Maguire. He stole the
Yes,
whole movie.
yes.
Huge Tom Cruise movie. And was he nice?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's a
Well,
sweetheart. I mean,
I don't believe he was on set when we had our scene.
well, he was, but he wasn't in our scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
but you
see-
wouldn't. If he was a prick, you wouldn't say he was a prick, right?
No, I would.
I was gonna say I met him when he was a little kid during Golden
He
Globes.
was a little prick.
In the late '90s, I was here dancing and learning shows for Princess Cruise Lines, and all the dancers found out about where the Golden Globes were taking place. So we all got dressed and took a cab over there and just
Rated it.
walked in as if we knew where we're going and what we're doing. And it was the gal was just kind of letting out. And first Brad Pitt comes up, and I'm like frozen, just going, "Oh my God, that's Brad Pitt! I think that's Brad Pitt. That's got to be Brad Pitt. That's got to be that was Brad Pitt." And then watched him walk off. And then I was afraid to talk to him, so okay, I was like, "I'll get somebody's signature." And then up comes Jonathan Lipnicki, and he's like, still short, still a kid. And I was like, "Hey, can you sign my notebook for me?" He's like, "Sure." And then he signed it, and then
Quick, sign this.
didn't have a camera back then.
I think we're in a
Really
movie,
bad phone.
Paul. I think you and I are in a movie again.
Oh yeah,
Are you in Clown 3?
I have not been told that I was in Clown
Huh?
3. I haven't been told that I was in Clown 3, so I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to tell Joe you should be, or
Oh,
otherwise.
okay. Well,
Well, I'm making the costume for the for Clowny, little Clowny.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Are you in Clowny, either one of you guys?
Probably. He's probably gonna throw us in.
probably.
Right, Joe?
Ron's
Right, Joe?
Ron plays the grandfather, right? The grandfather?
Oh,
He's
okay.
the
Oh,
grandfather.
that's fantastic.
And Donna Lee Heising plays his wife.
What we had to do with Donna. What we had to do with she plays a grandmother. Now you know what Donna usually looks like. A mermaid, right? She looks like a drag queen as a mermaid. She's
Yes,
outrageous.
yes.
In her, so we had to tone her down.
Yeah.
So we said, Donna, please look like my wife. We're a suburban couple. You can't come like your dress, we're just a little ordinary, little man and woman. So she comes in a mini dress with a white fox. She still looked like a Hollywood hooker or a glamour girl. So I looked at her. I said, could we somehow make this less?
Uh-huh.
And she fixed her hair like normal, sort of, like
Uh-huh.
a little old lady-ish. And I think she was very uncomfortable with looking normal. But I said, now you look like you might be my wife.
Mhm.
People can imagine now that I'm some like mafia guy and I picked up this tomato and I married her,
Well, like a Jane
It just
Russell.
changed the whole demeanor of the movie. But what do you expect from Donna? Housewife?
Oh, how was the rest of the shoot?
That's like asking Ziggy to be in a movie and to play my wife. I mean, how
Oh,
could you?
I'm a woman of 1,001 faces because I want a one-up Lon Chaney.
I know, but you would be unhappy. We'd have to dress you down.
Oh no, I played a scientist recently where I look totally different, and I love transforming myself to look totally different so no one recognizes me. Then I've succeeded. So really, yeah, like 1,001 faces. I think I'm getting close now. So
Yeah, but Donna wasn't happy with looking sort of. Her tits weren't out, and she and she,
yeah, I know.
she was
feeling
very
like,
unhappy
you
about
want the tits to be out,
that.
because
She usually has a-
balls out to
I love that.
then
I
you-
love Donna. I would work with Donna again. She won't work with me because I almost made her pee in her pants.
Oh, she will. Oh my
We're in the
gosh.
car.
She loves you.
We are.
Yeah.
We're in the car, and I'm driving. The roads are icy. We just left my son's house, and suddenly the brake on my car jammed or something, and my car was out of control. So now what do? I make my car go out of control. Joe Kelly is in the back with the camera screaming. She's screaming hysterically because she's terrified. They all think the car's going to crash because I made wheelies, did two wheel. So finally, when it was over, Donna said, I think I peed myself. I said, okay. She said, you're crazy. You tried to kill us. I said, I didn't try to kill us, but the camera's behind me. The car's going out of control. What do you want me to do? Go straight, right? The cars are skidding on ice. Because now what they did with CGI, they added the ice to the road to make the road treacherous. Of course,
my goodness.
The road that we were on was a little neighborhood, was safe. So, but she was scared stiff.
So I was in the back seat of the car, and I get car sick very easily.
Throw it up.
And
they're peeing and vomiting.
And I literally, they had to stop the car so I could get out of the car and throw up.
Because
he was shaking back and forth, and Donna was screaming, and it was terrible.
But Joe Kelly loved it. He said, what's in the can is so fabulous because it's so real. Yeah, she was screaming and peeing.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, good take. That's like old school.
Wouldn't you do, Paul, if you were driving, wouldn't you do the same thing?
Probably.
The script says car is out of control. So I read it. Oh, car's out of control.
Yeah.
I mean,
I drove a stunt car in Con Air years ago, so I know that.
Well, we couldn't afford a stunt or a driver, so I figured we could have our own stunt. It was not dangerous. They were just a bunch of chicken faggots. It was not dangerous.
Right.
It was not.
Right.
It was not. All I did was this. Look, I made S's. I went over to the curve, and then I cut it this way and cut it so that we would be shaking, with the cameras got
Method actor. You're a method actor.
Joe loved it. Joe said it really is great. He's so excited to add the snow and the ice to it.
That's fantastic. I love it.
It was fun, though. And I love the little clowny doll. The little clowny doll is fun.
It was a good shot. I enjoyed that.
Freaks Joe out.
Yeah, because I become clowny.
What'd you say?
Actually, the reason I asked you about the sword thing, is because I'm doing Ron's in it where I'm doing a movie called Zombie with a Shotgun Reloaded. And
I saw something about it, yeah.
And like yesterday, the lady who's like in charge of our stunts or whatever was saying, that we're going to need to bring in some stunt people who could actually, look good, with the sword thing, like know what they're doing and stuff. And I was like, I think I know somebody who might know that. So we'll see if we can. I'll see if I have
my swords out too.
I have a bunch of really cool projects, and if I can bring you guys in on once we get to the point where we've got money, basically, as you guys, I'm sure raising money for these projects is the hardest thing. Casting them is fun, and casting them is easy. Writing them is fun, but finding money is not.
In private, when Jimmy and I talk about our friends, I say, friendship is a wonderful thing, but we're not going to hire people based on friendship because they may stink as an actor.
Exactly.
Then we hire our friends that can act.
Yes.
So I want you to know when you're hired, it's not because we love you. We do that too, but it's because you know what you're doing.
Yeah. We're the same way for our projects. Like we want them to be epic. We want them to be really good. So we're only going to hire people that we know can handle the roles.
Handle it, yeah. I won't work with anybody that I can't. I was in a movie of which I will not mention because I don't like the director. You know who I'm talking about, but I won't make it public. And I had a scene with someone, and the person stood there. I don't know if it was deliberate or just they had a moment of a coma or a brain fart. I don't know what it was, but they absolutely did not respond to my lines.
Oh, that's the worst. They're not giving anything
Like
back.
I was overacting. I felt like I was. My part was very, very intense, and it was a long, long dialogue about there's no such thing as the monster in the creek. You killed your brother. Who are you lying? It was that kind of an intensity. And he said to me, "Oh, you're a bastard." And I looked at the camera and the producer. I said, well, after all of that, I'm a bastard. He should have punched me or been. He should have jumped from his chair and said something vicious. I mean, I was insulting this moron. Anyway,
Yeah. Oh my God, getting reactions from some people, it's like
I won't work with.
electrocute you.
I won't work with people who are not generous and who are not working for the good of the movie.
Yeah, thank you. That
If
is,
I know that you're not, if I know you're working for yourself
yes.
and not for the movie, I tell Jimmy, forget it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all about that. Oh my
It's for the
God, I
good.
can't believe some of the self-centered people. Well, but yeah, the whole picture has to be, everything has to be great. And it's a team. It's not just any one person.
We're all there to make money. And if we don't do our jobs, we're not going to make money.
Yeah.
The movie will bomb and it goes in the garbage and you don't get a nickel. So
Yeah.
stupid fucks, wake up.
Yeah.
You're acting. Do the best you can, even if you hate the part.
Yeah.
Because the movie will make money.
Yes, exactly.
I get, I'm in the business 64 years. I've seen so much shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I did stage forever, 45 years of stage.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've seen such crap that goes on in our business
Yeah.
that you say to yourself, why am I even in this business?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you ever say that?
Yeah.
You wonder.
At times, yeah. Then we just okay, let's just move on and do our own stuff with the people who we love and make money while we're at it. Because Chris Ross Leon, he's been in the business probably about since 1975, and he's got a whole warehouse full of equipment and he the LED screen and oh my goodness, and we pretty much got our little new studio here. So
The LED screen is a big deal, because those are super expensive if you have to rent them.
Oh, are you going to Marcel's premiere?
which one?
Marcel's premiere?
Waltz in 2 weeks.
No, it's on March.
If we're here, yeah, I would love to.
Not heard anything about
Yeah,
it.
the
No, it's going to be a big premiere. It's going to be a big red carpet, a good one.
yeah.
Actually,
We'll
we
try
should
to make it for,
So to everybody listening, Marcel has another movie. What was the movie you're in? What was it called?
Garden of Eden.
Ours was Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eden, you guys. Oh yeah, here we go. Garden of Eden with Robert Russell, Sarah French, Monique Parent, Sarah Polnack, Sarah Nicklin, Ben Stauber, Jed Rowan,
What
and
a
these two.
cast! What
And
a
you were
cast.
so good in it. We can't tell people what you did, but you were
Right,
so good
right,
in the film.
Right.
And it was unbelievable
But
what happened.
What a cast! You work with all my best, dearest friends and my favorite people. They're all
We got to sit together.
Yeah,
that gang is.
Oh yeah, we got to sit together. That's right. We sat with them at it.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
We were so happy about that.
It was really
No, it was so much
Didn't
fun.
something happen when we sat together?
Yeah, what's that?
Something happened. I remember.
Don't tell anyone about that. No.
Something funny happened. And we were all. I forgot what.
Probably
it was.
something that happened in the film.
No, it wasn't.
I
It
think,
happened.
did somebody lose their pants or something?
No, it was in the theaters. Anyway, but see, Paul knows how to handle depression in film. When Paul is depressed and he's in a movie, he simply strips down to a G-string. All the fans and all the girls go crazy.
Yeah,
And then Paul goes home satisfied
yeah, pretty much.
because he's got a gorgeous body.
Yeah.
Oh,
he does.
does he have a body? Does he have a body? He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a perfectly sculptured body. Everything is in proportion.
So you guys too,
Very
they also have, because they got a bunch of movies that are going to be coming out soon, you guys. One of them is Arena Wars, which is
Yeah. Oh, can't wait. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Matson, Eric Roberts, Sherry Davis, BJ Mezek, Robert Lasardo. We love Robert
Good
Lasardo,
cast.
by the way.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Robert
Shout out.
Wesley
Yeah,
Cannon.
he's
awesome.
such a professional and good
And
person.
who's
Yeah, he's awesome.
Ziggy or Paul or both?
Who's in that one? Both of you or one of you?
I'm in Arena Wars.
I'm not.
In the mall movie.
No, just Ziggy. Just Ziggy's in that one.
That's where I had a scene with Michael Madsen where I met him, and because we got along so well, that's I got him on this film Dark Feathers, which we're premiering tonight.
Yeah, which is so cool. Actually, we
You
should.
look so beautiful today, Zig.
Oh,
He is.
Oh, really?
I think you
I
boys
like
are
your
beautiful.
makeup. I like what you did with your lips. Your lips look very Jane Russell. They do.
I tried to emulate a little bit of her makeup. So that was just for you,
You
Ron.
did.
'cause
I love the makeup. You look
good
gorgeous.
friends with her.
You look like a 1955 movie star. I love that look.
That's why, yeah, this is for you, Ron. Yeah, because I know
Well, because I was there.
Jane Russell was your good friend for both of you, actually.
Not me. I didn't know her. He
No,
knew her.
Jimmy regrets not.
I wish I
meeting
knew
her.
her.
You didn't? Oh, wow. I wish I did. I wish I knew her.
She passed away.
I
before.
know. Oh,
Actually,
we
Joe
love you,
Kelly-
Jane.
Joe Kelly just joined us in the chat room. Say hi to Joe Kelly,
Hey,
everybody.
Joe.
Hey,
We're
Um,
talking about your movie.
so actually, tonight you guys have a movie premiere with a Michael Madsen movie, right? And Karina
Yeah.
Smirnoff.
Yeah, it's the one I got Michael Madsen the gig. I want that on my tube starter. Well, actually, I wanted to be shot in space, so right on my capsule, whatever. I got Michael Madsen the gig, a job, and I got Paul on that one too. And we danced together in it, and it just won a Best Asian Film at the Chandler Film Festival, which we went to, and it's winning a bunch of awards.
Karina Smirnoff, isn't she with Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her and Jill Marini had danced a tango on there years ago.
yes.
And I'm a ballroom champion myself, so that's why the film was it's so interesting, combining ballroom dancing and martial arts.
Martial arts.
And Michael Madsen wore a
Paul,
kimono.
Can you ballroom dance, Paul? Can you ballroom
Well,
dance?
I can in a pinch.
I started teaching a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Paul,
I did,
Paul.
I did performance stuff, like ballet and jazz and stuff.
Move the thing. Paul, I'm going to do something right now
Okay.
that is so outrageous and so wrong, and so you should never do this, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to do it. Joe Kelly, is Paul in Clown 3?
Yeah.
And if he's not, you better put him in, or I'm not going to be in it. And if you lose General Milan, you lose the movie.
Yeah, throw me in too. I want to be like some really weird monster.
And
thing.
Ziggy has to be in
He
it.
didn't answer, but he said hi to everybody.
That's Joe.
I'm in charge
Joe.
of carrying the
No,
petty
commit-
cash every day.
Yeah.
Joe does not commit to any woman or anything.
Hang on, you guys. Besides, okay, so then what's the name of the movie that's playing tonight at the Hollywood Real Independent Film Festival? What's the name of the movie?
Dark Feathers.
Dark Feathers, you guys. Oh, okay.
9:30.
And who's in that?
Karina Smirnoff, Michael
there's-
Madsen.
that's the one.
Jill Marini,
I got Michael
Michael
Madsen.
Madsen.
He plays the head of the Japanese mafia. We had to get somebody like in a day because Stacey Keats was supposed to play that part.
Oh my
but-
God.
So one day notice, got Michael Madsen on, and he goes, I never worn a kimono before. He's looking at himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Madsen, is he Virginia's brother? Virginia
Yes.
Madsen.
Yes.
Actually, we went to a film festival in New Jersey, and he was the star of the film
Right.
that we went to, and he's a phenomenal actor.
I remember.
He's so real and down to earth. We just love him. He's awesome.
His sister is a wonderful actress. Virginia is incredible.
Oh yeah, she is too.
I love her work.
Have you guys met Virginia before? We've never met her, but we love her.
No, I haven't met her yet, but I'd love to. I'd love to work with her.
She's on Jimmy's invite
Yeah.
list to
Yeah.
a movie. Jimmy wants her in a movie.
Yeah, I want to get her in something just because I want to work with her.
Right. That'd be awesome. Gosh.
Well, wait, what are some of your all the movies that you guys have been in together? What are some of the ones you like the best that we should tell people to see, or if they're not out yet, to look forward to when they're coming out? What are some of the films that you guys are in together? And then we can talk about ones you're in that you like that you're not in together.
Okay.
Actually, Desert Fiends was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Desert Fiends was fun.
Desert Fiends was.
We did this. We did like spandex out because Sean Phillips wanted this like 80s vibe. So we got all spandex out, and I kind of did a labyrinth hair and makeup, and it was hilarious. So we did some adagio. He lifted me. We did some dancing, and then like the security like run us off stage. It was hilarious. We had so much fun with that.
That's a Sean Phillips film, right? That's a
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Actually, Desert Fiends, you guys. Eric Roberts, Bai Ling, Michael Pere, Scout Taylor Compton, Spencer Breslin, Eileen Dietz, William McNamara, Tom Arnold, Robert Lasardo, Lisa Wilcox. 90% of those people have been on the show.
All right.
That's a good one. And And yeah, that's congrats on you guys. Like so what's a film that you've been in, Paul? What's one of your favorite films that you've been in that Ziggy's not in?
Gosh. Well, I think Ziggy was in Attack of the Unknown with me, and I had like a pretty substantial part there. I didn't die until like halfway through the movie. So.
Yeah.
That was good. And then I played a heavy-handed torturer guy that works for the boss of this. I don't know that he's got some scam.
I saw Attack of the Unknown's on Tubi.
Didn't we just see Paul in a major movie?
Oh no, we didn't. We just watched his little clip.
No, but didn't we watch a movie? And I said, "Oh my God, there's Paul." It was a major film. It was a big film with a big.
It might have been Bullet Train.
Oh, I saw Bullet Train.
In Bullet Train. And then I worked on The Mandalorian, but I didn't have any lines. I worked on Free Guy.
That's funny.
Oh, we saw Free Guy.
This was like a major movie. You know,
no, those are all major.
A real Hollywood, not the shit that we do. A real Hollywood movie.
Yeah, something out there.
Those are all big movies.
Or maybe it was the Brad Pitt movie.
But you didn't want to watch it. I watched the Brad Pitt movie. We started it, and it was like too confusing. He didn't really like the concept of it.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm wanting to see a movie that's a story.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I'm missing stories. Today it's all bim bang, beat each other up.
We totally agree. That's what we want to do is like really interesting.
Give the CGI people fortunes of money. Actors are not necessary. All you have to do is learn how to karate, kick people around like Jason does. Jason Statham.
Right.
I love Jason Statham. You know why? Because he's the only guy in the room that beats up 42 people at the same time. That's awesome. And I just think that's so fabulous how he gets away with it. And today he's one of the highest paid people in Hollywood.
Really?
I like. He's a nice guy.
He makes a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a regular guy. He's not a snob or a bull. I've never met him, but I will one day.
I like him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So wait, Ziggy, what's one of your favorite films that you've been in that Paul might not have been in?
Well, let's see. Well, there was that porno. No, I'm kidding.
I wasn't in it, but I was producing it.
Oh my God, I didn't recognize you yet. Oh wow, let's see. Well, I mean, Arena Wars, I'm really excited about seeing because besides playing like an ex-future gladiator fighter, and with Michael Madsen, we started to improvise. And I had I just threw these weird sunglasses on last minute, and I set him down and see if he'd take the bait. And he picks them up. He goes, "I think I look bisexual, don't you?" I said, "Well, if you think you do, then you must be bisexual." I don't know if they're going to keep that in the film.
They keep it? Oh, you don't know if they're. Are you in the trailer?
Are you improvising? And it was so much fun. Oh my God.
Are you in the trailer for Arena Wars? I didn't watch it. I downloaded it.
I don't think so.
That's no good. They should have put you in the trailer.
It's okay. That's right. Then later in the film, I appeared for the first time as Ziggy Stardust.
Oh,
Ziggy Rockstar. Ziggy loves you boys, by the way. He really thinks you're rock stars.
I'm still looking for the thrill that I had in 1959.
Yeah.
When I was an extra in a movie that was shot on Long Island with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter. I remember the first day I stepped onto that set, which was the Long Island Railroad, whatever beach station it was. And I saw the cameras and they were smoking. And I wondered, why were the cameras smoking? The lights used to smoke from the heat.
Oh.
Cables this big. And then Sophia appeared. Oh my God. I have never to date ever been that excited on a set in my life. It was my first set I've ever been on.
Oh, what was the movie?
That Kind of Woman. I was 19 years old. I played a soldier.
Oh my gosh. Wow, I love Sophia Loren. Oh
I lived that moment over and over again. always. It's a moment I've never forgotten. I could detail every bit of it.
Yeah.
Even Sophia, when she fell down, because they wet the concrete to make it photograph better, and she was walking with Barbara Nichols quickly down the station, and she slipped and fell down and hit her knee. So of course we shut down immediately while she was getting a doctor to look at her knee, and they had to cover it up and blah blah blah, and then she was able to work. So I remembered that. It was fascinating, and I got to meet her.
Oh wow.
Which I wasn't supposed to do, because they said extras don't talk to the stars.
Oh right.
We're not allowed. We were cattle. And I said,
Yeah. Hitchcock.
what are you out of your mind? Sophia Loren is 20 feet away from me. I'm not going to talk to her. The love of my life. I painted a big picture of her behind my bed. So I went over, I had the balls to go over, and I spoke to her in Italian. And she said to me, "Your Italian is as bad as my English. So let's speak English." She was lovely.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Hunter and
that's
I.
special moments that's amazing. I love
Well,
that.
Ted and I had a friendship that lasted all those years till he died. I used
Wow.
to see Tab all the time.
Oh wow.
It was a lovely period of my life. I miss it. I don't have that thrill anymore because actors today are not stars. They're just actors. They don't know how to be stars. Like
There's
you.
a few out there.
You look like a star now. You could be a star.
I have to say, so we go to a lot of red carpets just like you guys do, and everybody comes, however they come. But you can tell the
Like
ones
shit.
who really,
They look like
most
shit.
people. There's certain people that always look fabulous. Sarah French always looks fabulous every time you see her. Marcel usually always looks fabulous when you see
Even
him.
though Ziggy comes crazy sometimes.
But she's always dressed
She's
up crazy,
fabulous.
sophisticated, like
But
a
she
superstar.
she looks fabulous, even though she looks nuts.
Everybody always remembers you and who you are every time they see you. And you know what? This is a very competitive industry, and things like that stand out.
You're very glamorous.
Like you're very glamorous. And you
Very
fit into
beautiful.
like a lot of things.
Beautiful and glamorous. It's very important in our business because
I like to look like a monster sometimes.
everybody admires it. No, they all talk about it. Everyone I know talks about the 1940s and 50s.
Yeah.
And every actress I know has said, "Oh, I wish I was like Rita Hayworth. I wish I was Lana Turner."
Right?
So, you know what I mean? All these young people, they admire them,
Yeah.
these stars. Well, I say to them, so why don't you become a star?
Yeah.
And makeup and hairdo and dress beautifully. That Lana Turner wouldn't be caught dead without her makeup. Mr. Blackwell, when she was here in Palm Springs, Lana Turner staying at her daughter's house when she died. And Mr. Blackwell went to see her. And it was the day before she died. I think she died the next morning.
Oh,
She was
wow.
laying in a chaise lounge in a powder blue, beautiful nightgown.
Oh.
Her hair was done, her eyelashes, her makeup, perfect. Before she would see Mr. Blackwell, and she died the next day. Imagine.
Wow. Oh my God. That's
And
amazing.
Blackwell told me this story. Yeah, she wouldn't be
So
caught
wait,
dead.
let's go from glamour to like if you guys were just sitting around, what are your favorite kinds of movies to watch? Like what genre is your favorite to watch? And do you guys like the same genre, or do you like different genres and you just go back and forth? Like Ron likes different films than I do, so we watch some of mine and some of his.
Well, when we were swapping, like I'm showing Paul like the old movies I grew up on since the silent period. I mean, Greta Garbo was my favorite. I Want to Be Alone. That just wow, she's amazing. And so and he's was showing me, catching me up on more of the modern films. So we've been kind of swapping, but we generally like the same, like adventure, sci-fi, or fantasy stuff like that. I love the psychological thriller type things. That's really interesting.
So wait, what are some of
Well,
your older?
let me ask a question because I never ask these kinds you do. If you had to play a biography of a golden era star, who would she be?
Oh, Greta Garbo.
Garbo.
Yeah,
She was beautiful.
the face.
So what about Paul then? Like, so I don't know if you know enough of the golden era of people like. But if you were gonna be play the one, who would you want to play? Or Joanna, who do you think? Ziggy, who do you think he would play?
No, let Paul answer.
He doesn't watch enough of them, I don't think.
The actor that you like.
Well, I would like to play somebody like Rudolph Valentino,
There you go. Okay.
And you could have.
That's one of my favorites.
or
Fubi.
Asian.
Yeah.
I get recognized a lot for looking like an actor named Toshiro Mifune,
Who?
he was Legends of the Seven Samurai.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yojimbe, and yeah, he was like Akira Kurosawa's main guy. Had Japanese.
I never could figure out what you were, when I met you, and of course I didn't ask you.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Or aliens.
No, you could look Spanish.
Okay.
You could look you could look Turkish. You could look Armenian. You could look Arab.
Yeah.
You could look so many things. So finally, when I did say to you, "What the fuck are you?" and you told me you were what, Filipino or something?
I'm Thai.
Thai.
That's my favorite food.
From Taiwan.
No,
Thailand.
Thailand.
Not Taiwan.
Thailand.
Like Michael Su's Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Michael Antonio.
Go on. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. When I see my mother was a freak about Valentino. I have a collection of Roberto Valentino that's worth a fortune. That was my mother's. I got. You could see. I have hundreds and hundreds of pictures of him, 8x10s.
Oh my God! I have a few myself.
He played the boy in the movie. Was about Siam. He was dressed like a Siamese. You know the picture I'm talking about. You could look like Valentino.
I was saying that yesterday.
In that picture,
I was like, let me think you look like Valentino for today.
The way they made him up, you could look like him.
Okay.
So yes,
I literally said that to him yesterday. Like, let me make you look like Valentino for today, and
You could
maybe
play
next time.
Yeah.
no, but it's true. Paul could play any part, not only an Asian.
Yes.
He could
Yeah.
play.
I'll make it something different,
Yeah.
something weird.
I don't think you could play Irish.
Irish.
That's the only thing I know.
Donnie. I do play Irish.
Well, I have to take
Then
it that way to see.
I couldn't play Irish either.
Alright.
I can play Irish.
You could play anything.
Yeah, dude.
So wait, so let's go. What are some what are some of your favorite like action sci-fi type movies? Like what are some of the ones you really like a lot?
Well, I mean, Bullet Train is one of my favorite right now.
I have to watch it again and give it another shot. Okay.
I love the soundtrack. I love how they. I don't know. It's just to me, it's very well done, and there's the comedic parts in it, and yeah, I don't know. It's just I like that a lot.
So what about you, Paul? Though, what action movies do you like a lot? Like I like the car movies. Like for me, I like the Fast and the Furious movies a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
those are good. Yeah.
Ron watches them because Jason Statham's in it, but I actually did the costume design for the second one.
Oh wow.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Everybody except for Vin Diesel's not in that one, so you didn't get to meet him. But I worked with everybody on it. It was a blast. Since then, I've always loved those Fast and Furious movies. So I watch all. So for me, action movies I like them. My sci-fi movies that I'm pretty much like. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Like I've seen the Harry Potter movie. I like Twilight. I know it's dumb and vampires don't glitter, but like I love the Twilight movies. And we are getting ready to work on a movie that's not everybody's not cast yet. So when we have open castings, I'll like getting back. But it's a big trilogy. It's a trilogy called Psionic Rush, and it's basically Harry Potter meets Underworld kind of movie.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's
Big.
really fascinating.
Guess who plays the Underworld?
No, it's a big cast.
Well, if they need a mafioso, they call Ron Russell right away.
No, not Underworld. Yeah. Underworld's a vampire movie and werewolves. It's vampire, werewolves, and Harry Potter mixed together. And
I have to ask Ziggy a question. Paul gets very uncomfortable when I ask these questions.
Ziggy Russell.
Paul starts to sweat.
Go.
Ziggy,
Yes, doll, go ahead.
nobody wants to date you, can they?
No.
If somebody wants to date me,
If a guy wants to date you, can he? Well,
only you.
Or are you taken?
Only you, darling.
Those two got it down to a science.
No, they're a couple now. The first
No,
time
I
they
don't
came
know
on, they
Yes,
No, I don't know.
we're
no, they
saying-
do. The first time they come on, they didn't tell us they were a couple. The second time, one of them told us they were a couple. So now it's out to the
I don't
world.
see a friendship ring, something.
Oh, I actually do have one underneath the glove, but
Yeah. Mine, I don't wear on my fingers.
She's such a
He doesn't wear his on his fingers. That's so funny because I was
Lucky
thinking that.
Ziggy.
I was
Lucky
actually
big
thinking
ring.
that. I was actually thinking that, and I was like, "Oh, I can't say that," but you said it, so it's fine.
yeah, it's a gigantic, enormous ring.
Because you make a beautiful, you guys make a beautiful couple. I love you
Thank you.
too.
No, we're quite an item. Yeah, we're
No,
all
but I
partners.
really love you too. You know, we must socialize when we get moments that we have.
I want to cook for you. I want to make the.
I wanna cook for
linguine
you
lamb.
I
too.
want to go out
But
to
we
Palm
don't
Springs
have,
and
you know, listen, both my daughters moved into the house. So now it's like Camp Beverly Hills, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mattresses on the floor, but Deirdre came with the killer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have a dog,
And he's supposed to be dead because he's old. And they said
he has cancer.
And
he has
he-
cancer.
they said he's never going to live out the day. He's
Mhm.
running around here.
Yeah, for like 8 months now. He was supposed to have died 8 months ago, and he's like running around.
Wow.
And he's so mean that like nobody can come near us.
Nobody.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm not lying. My nephew Billy came, terrorized. Billy stood like a statue, and Shazam just went up to him and stood there staring at him, showing his teeth. And if
We
Billy,
had to muzzle him and
if
everything.
Billy had moved, he would have jumped my nephew.
That's what they do to me because that's what I usually do to people when I first meet them.
No, Shazam bit my wrist. I have a paralyzed pinky because of this dog. He
Oh my
had,
God, really?
yeah, he had the girl dog, Brandy.
We have 3 dogs.
Her head in his mouth, and he was killing her. So I stuck my hand in to pull her head out of his mouth,
And he bit him.
and when her head went out, he went down on my wrist. I had major surgery.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
He got all infected. They told him he could have had to lose his hand.
yeah,
all kinds of
I
stuff
almost
from it.
lost my hand from him.
So we love the dog, but we're also, hoping that he goes to Rainbow Bridge sometime soon because
Just do one, and it's like, come on.
can't bring anybody into the house.
I mean, the son of a bitch is dying, but
Yeah.
yet if somebody comes to the door like a UPS man, he
Uh-huh.
jumps up like a teenager.
Wait, when someone has someone like people
And-
or animals like when
and now
they're
that
already have that strong will, it's like, no, nothing's gonna take me,
he's got a will to kill. Now, Astro went to the vet. Astro
Another little one, Astro.
went to the vet 2 days
Astro.
ago, and the vet said she's amazed that Shazam is still alive. She said,
She's
"That's
the
all
one
I
right."
don't get it.
That he wasn't going to make it much. He wouldn't live much longer.
So that's our problem. Now,
Yeah, okay.
we can lock him outside, but I don't want to do that to him because he's old.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't want him to be uncomfortable.
We'll come to LA though one day, and we'll
So
just go
I
out
don't
to
have
eat.
people in my house now because I got the 2 daughters here. It's like drag queens live here now. Bras are all over. Eyelashes, bras, hair pieces, dryers, stones. It's like drag queens live here.
They're all on
I
diet.
danced in a few drag queen shows years ago.
I mean,
Yes.
well, only
If they
because
thought I was one, I was like, all right, no, I'm a girl. Damn it, I'm a girl.
That's so funny, like because
I'm a damn princess.
there's a lot. We know a lot of women who we think look like could look like drag queens. Lots of them that we're really good friends with that are not drag queens, and I never have ever like looked at you and thought, oh, she looks like a drag queen.
no, you know.
Like so, you don't
well,
look.
I mean, I can.
Depends on.
You know, I have a sister-in-law.
Wait, he's going to show us a picture too. What's this a picture going to? Are you a picture in there?
Oh,
Oh, this is his Chippendales
Let
calendar.
me see. Girls, look at
that was
that.
Oh my God! Look how gorgeous.
Look at
That
that.
was my page.
That's now what calendar? Whose calendar is that?
What are you like?
And,
12 years old? You're 12 years
Here's
old.
the front.
Oh, there you go. I love it.
Like, oh, don't go to
Hey,
the
that's
centerfold.
like,
Oops.
American flag. What?
Did you ever show your wig?
That's yeah. I could show that to my grandkids and everything.
Mama, did you ever take off all your?
It's a Chippendales calendar, though. I didn't know you were an actual Chippendale, though. That's cool as shit.
It's
Did you ever do
it's
frontal?
good fun.
Did you ever?
He wants to know if you ever showed your wang anywhere.
Did you ever do frontal?
Yeah, like privately, you know. But nothing where cameras were involved.
No, they said to me, Ron Russell, would you do frontal? I said yes, with a CinemaScope lens.
Right? Yes, thank you.
It's a personal question for everybody.
It was a joke. It didn't go well, but it was a joke.
Wait a second. So, give me a bucket
Wait, I want to
list,
get back to the
because we only have
romance.
5 minutes.
I don't. Oh, I want to get back to the romance.
Oh,
We want to
Oh,
talk about another premiere of Lucille.
I invited you guys next week.
And that's actually in Las Vegas. So Kane Bluss and Candace and the cast of that was really amazing. You know, Ronnie Lananos and oh gosh, we
we
had
love
so much
Ronnie.
fun.
Ronnie.
Ronnie Lloyd Nanos.
Yeah, we like him. You're
Yeah,
in you're in Death Club, right? That was his movie.
Yeah, and he hired me specifically to play Ziggy Stardust in that one.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
We love him. Yeah, him and Ben are awesome. So Lucille, we definitely wanted to shout there.
Yeah.
And
there's a showing of it on this coming Thursday, and it's going to be at the Chinese Theater. So
Oh, that's next Thursday.
yeah.
And then
Next-
Immortal Wars, where I play the squid monster. That's going to be in Vegas too. The date is like the 27th, I think.
We went to one of the Immortal Wars premieres, the one they had in LA, the one with Eric Roberts was in. I guess he's in all of them, maybe. I'm not sure, but we went to one of the. That was years ago, though.
Was it?
That's based on a comic book. It was okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. You know, you have to be kind of like, you have to look at these things a little bit different depending on some of these independent films. You know, unfortunately, they don't look so good. Some of them look really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, professionals. So, and some of them have part of the stuff that's good and part of the stuff that's not so good.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
So I want to know real quick though, like a bucket list. So because you guys have both been in a lot of movies with a lot of cool stars, if you were gonna like make any kind of a movie, I don't care what movie, and you could pick a male and a female star to be in it, and it could be anybody. Who would you want to work with? And it's a question for both of you because your answers won't be the same. And let's let you go first, Ziggy.
Anthony Hopkins
There you go. That's a good one.
and Meryl Streep.
I don't like that one. Okay. Meryl Streep and Anthony Hopkins. I love Anthony Hopkins. Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
and-
that's amazing.
My friend Perry Winkler, or Lee Winkler, actually, who used to be the biggest man in Hollywood for business management, knew him, and I met him briefly in an aisle of a movie theater yet, and he was the most outspoken man you ever want to know. He did in 5 minutes a number on about 20 people. To Lee Winkler. I was fascinated. I didn't say anything.
Wow.
And he was about a movie he was in, and he was going on with the producer, the director, the blah, blah. He just
I love
didn't
him.
give a shit.
When he was in Meet Joe Black, I almost passed out at the beginning because he was.
But he's
kinda
very
like my-
short, very nice. I liked
Oh,
him.
that's a good film. Meet Joe Black.
But what a mouth. I mean, he don't give a fuck. He
Yeah.
said it like it
We
was.
really don't care what other people think. You know, we just.
No, I like you.
That's how we are, though. We don't really
I
give.
know. I love that.
I like-
That's why you're part of our Rockstar tribe.
Yes.
Listen, you know me. If I didn't like you and you were on now, I would be, so Joanna, tell me, do you cook?
So wait, it's Paul's turn to answer. No, he loves you guys. He's the one who's. Actually, I said we need a guest. You know, which by the way, thank you so
I said,
much.
get our friends. What are you doing?
He said get somebody who's who we just know really well, and so you guys are the people who I actually came to mind. You were the first people I asked.
Thank you for
Because our audience loves you, we love you. Our audience loves you.
And I felt you were overdue coming on. And I said, get those two. They're crazy. They're fun. We have an up show. I don't feel well, Jimmy. I'm sick. And if I have a boring guest, I'm going to go to sleep on them.
So your turn to answer, Paul. So a male and female that you think would be fun to work with on something.
Male Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Because he's Brad Pitt. And female. I'm wanting to say Angelina Jolie, but that might be
That's a good one.
Who?
But
He loves
I'd like
Angelina.
to work with her too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, she grew up in his house. She was really good friends with Ron's daughter when they were young, so he loves
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I remember saying that because I think I mentioned.
I
the
used
name
to make
before.
a peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Matter of fact, we had a guest on the show one time, and we didn't really. We've only maybe had in 15, 16 years like 5 guests that really just didn't gel with us all that well. The guy said something bad about Angelina Jolie, and I thought Ron was gonna fucking rip his asshole out.
Because
Get out. Get out.
listen, she was at my house for my daughter's 4th or 5th birthday. Okay? So I know her since she's a baby, a little girl. This guy said that she was all plastic and fake. Bullshit. My daughter Deirdre was 14. She was like an ironing board. No shape, just a straight thing. We had moved to New York. Now we moved back to Beverly Hills. And Angie comes over to see Deirdre. In walks these tits, ass, and lips. Oh my God. I looked at her. I said, Angie, look at you. You look like a woman. You're only 14. She had a set of jugs, buns, lips. I mean, she's real. There's nothing fake on Angelina Jolie, Angie Voigt.
Right.
That's 100% stuff.
Jeff Caperton said he sat behind her at the Oscars when she was 12.
Yeah, no, I know. I was a little
Hey,
girl.
Jeff, we need to introduce you one of these days to Ziggy and Paul because you guys would have a lot in common. You'd love
one
them.
time, Angie was in our house.
We got to go, though.
Angie was in our house, and I said to her, Angie, when you grow up, do you want to be a movie star like your father? And she went like this. I don't know. She was the cutest little girl in the world. Richard Woodmark was my neighbor. We shared a wall.
I love him. Oh my God.
He used to.
Stuff? Oh yeah.
No, wait. We didn't have carpeting on our steps going up to the bedroom. So Angie and Deirdre would run up and down the stairs, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, to play up in the room. Woodmark came and rang my bell. He said, "Would you stop your daughter and whoever those kids are from running?" I said, "There's no other kids. There's only one kid here." I said, "John Voight's daughter." He turned around and left. Oh, because it was John Voight's daughter, it was okay to jump in.
Okay, so you run
Ron Russell's daughter, it's not okay.
So you guys,
Fuck
listen
you,
up.
Richard Woodmark in hell.
Check out all these great things. A lot of these films are on Tubi. Arena Wars is coming out soon. So's Camp Pleasant Lake. So's Desert Fiends. So's The Immortal Wars. She's got Dark. The Case Paradise. That's right. I don't want to forget it. You guys can follow them. But Joanna, you haven't posted on Instagram in a long time, you guys. But she's at Joanna. Let's see. What is it, Joe? It's at Joe_Anna_Heckman. And Paul is Paul Gunn, actor. Follow them. We want to thank you guys for coming on the show. We look to hopefully see you very soon.
And Ziggy, thank you for the drag. I appreciate it.
Fabulous.
You're welcome, doll.
And you look like Jane. You look like Jane. If you had dark hair, you could look like Jane.
Yeah, we really do. We really enjoy you guys so much. Please take the best of care. We'll see you soon, and we'll set up a time that when we come to LA, we can get together.
Yeah, I will cook for you, Donnie.
Yeah, let's go tonight or next Thursday.
I don't know about next Thursday. We'll see. Tonight, definitely not, because
Okay.
Okay.
You guys, good luck tonight. Thank you so much. Go like that. You look perfect for it.
Right.
You're all ready to go.
No,
Thanks,
Ziggy.
you guys.
Ziggy, Joey, go like that. You'll clean up.
Yeah, go like that. You look fantastic. Oh, there we go. Bye, you guys. All right, see you later. All right, everybody. So that was Ziggy and Paul Gunn. They're fabulous.
What
we
a
love
sweet
them.
couple. I love them.
Now we're gonna bring on our next guest. Hopefully, he's still here because he jumped in really early. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Love that early segment. That's good stuff.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So
They're fun friends of ours.
So you guys,
They're real fun.
let's do an intro for you. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, writer, director, producer, Paul C. Hemis. Hemis is right? Is that how we pronounce it?
Hemis.
Hemis. Okay, Hemis.
Don't you speak English?
Well,
Hemis.
I'm going to say that I got an email and they said it's just like the car.
I
Which is
get everything. I get Hermes. I mean, it's just crazy. So,
So
and
Paul
we're
C.
close.
Henry,
Yeah, but
guys.
you see, mess.
Okay, but that's not
A hem of a dress.
okay.
HEM, and then another.
Anyway,
MS.
Like you made a mess of the hem.
yes, so Hemes. All right, you guys. So we want to first of all we want to welcome you to the show. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Who used to be named Rolando Rocco Cesarigo and became Ron Russell. It was much easier.
Great to meet both you guys.
You gotta
And we
be
have a
kidding.
chat room. We have a chat room with a bunch of people in it. So if you could just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Okay. Hello to everybody in the chat room.
There you go. So we've never met, and it's kind of funny because we run in the same. We run a lot in the same circle. I've worked with a lot of the people that you've actually worked with on different things, and actually, you have a movie that you somehow are affiliated with called Pay to Die.
Yeah, it was really more just kind of a financial thing. I kicked in on their fundraising and such. I've been in touch with them a little bit, but I've not been a proactive participant in that one.
Oh, well, the two people we just had on are also in that.
I know.
I saw that on there, and since that has a lot of people, and most of those people that are in that film, James Duvall's been on our show, Ken Davician, Eugenia Kuzmina, Angel Salazar, Douglas Tate, Nicole Butler, Sean Phillips, and Ozzy Capri. They've all been on the show, so like the majority of that like actual cast has been on it. So it makes it a lot of fun. So you have an unusual story because now I'm following your Instagram. And I guess you went through a major medical thing that you come back out on the other side for, and things are going well.
Yeah. What really kind of went down was that I started working on my current film, Maya, like right before the pandemic. And I was involved with another film at the same time. And during that pandemic period where everything just kind of stopped, I kind of was working on visual effects for Maya and some of the other things for the other film and such. And in the meantime, I had been diagnosed with a small brain tumor called a schwannoma, which is attached to the ear. I was having some hearing problems. And by the time I got post-pandemic and everything was kind of getting back to normal, and I was back into the film stuff where the films were almost ready to go, let's start promoting this thing, all of a sudden I started having like increased dizziness and real vertigo problems and such. And what it turned out was that we were just monitoring the tumor, but the nightmare scenario happened is that in that relatively short window, it had grown to almost three sizes, three times the size. So we had to actually go in and
So vertigo was a symptom of that.
Vertigo is a symptom of that. A little bit of hearing loss in the right.
Paul, I have terrible vertigo. We are trying so hard. I've had an MRI of the head, so
We just had it, but we don't have the results yet. We're going Tuesday for the results.
but my daughter has it, and a lot of friends we know have it, and now they're saying it's because of the desert dust.
We live in Palm Springs, California. So we hope it's not.
Yeah, right before, like when I was getting ready for the surgery, I had like a 3-4 month wait window before the surgery, and I in coordination with a lot of my doctors at the Mayo Clinic here in Arizona, or not Minnesota, but Arizona, and some physical therapists, that we came up with some exercises that helps vertigo, and I'd be happy to share it with you, kind of offline if you want. It really helped me a lot. It doesn't make the vertigo go away, but it sure did help quite a bit getting through a bad day of it.
Oh, that's awesome. So where do you live? Do you live in Arizona, or where do you live?
I live in Arizona, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought you were on the East Coast.
Did they think that your crystals were off?
They thought that my crystals were off. That was part of it. And some of these techniques actually did help with that crystal issue. But the cumulative, like it took about 15 minutes a day to do these kind of therapies, and they really helped my balance. And they made that 4-month waiting period really tolerable. I give them a lot of credit. It got me through till the surgery. And now that the surgery is done, and I'm going through post-surgery physical training, don't have to worry about the vertigo anymore because that's now effectively gone. It was caused by the
Vertigo is gone.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Now, did you have vertigo when you sat or just when you stood?
It was a little of both. It was really no rhyme or reason to it. One of the worst cases for me personally, and this again being in the desert there could be other contributing factors. If I were like in an intersection driving and I had to make a left turn and there was a lot of traffic and you get that window of opportunity, go, the vertigo would kick in. And for a while, I was kind of a danger to myself. So I stopped driving after a while because that was when it would really kind of kick in because of that whipping motion of getting the car,
Wow, yes.
See, right now I don't have vertigo as long as I sit and I stay still. But if I get up now, I could fly across the room.
I totally sympathize with that. Yeah. And a lot of these exercises helped with it.
Okay, so let's
Yes.
go into movies. So first of all, you're from Staten Island.
But wait a minute. Let me conclude with, I'm so happy that you're okay.
Oh,
That
thank
you
you.
went through it, you did the surgery, and you're okay now, right?
Yeah, no vertigo. My night issues, where I was getting some flaring with headlight, that's all gone.
Good.
Right now,
Good.
I'm back to exercising every day, and even my hearing, which I was afraid I was going to lose, I did not lose. And so,
Very happy.
I'm very glad. I'm happy for you. I'm very glad. And this, whatever we have, should only go to evil people, not good people. Not good people.
I'm right there with that. Yeah.
So I also, so you're from New York though, right? Because Staten Island, that's New York,
I
right?
bet your ass it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the fun part of New York, although we're the redheaded stepchild of New York,
Yes.
Where were you in Staten Island?
Richmond Road was where we lived. It was like kind of like Dongan Hills, kind of in that area ish.
Pouring down on water.
Yeah. So I was there for a little bit, and then we moved over into Old Bridge, New Jersey. And then as I've gotten older, I've moved further west, and now I'm in the desert. And
How do you like Arizona? A lot of people are moving to Arizona.
a lot of people are moving to Arizona. I'll tell you what, if you have allergies and you think that it's bad in a place like, Midwest or something like that,
It's way worse.
I think it's going to get better in Arizona. The allergies are pretty abrasive that you get out here.
Same thing.
We
with
have the same thing here in Palm Springs. It's terrible.
Palm Springs and Arizona have the same climate.
Yeah. So you guys know, it can be,
Oh, yeah.
it can be pretty tough, but it does toughen your hide a little bit too.
We have windstorms here that you can't believe. With the dust blowing, you can't see in front of you. Horrible. I hate it here.
Do you guys get the haboobs there? Actually,
We get what?
we call them the haboobs. It's from a Middle East term, but it's basically the dust storms. If you go onto Google and Google haboob, what you get is like this big wall of dirt that's kind of coming at Phoenix, and it's really intimidating looking. It's really just not.
We have
I hate it.
Our patio after a windstorm is covered with sand. The barbecue,
And everything in our house. If you put your hand across the dining room table, you could dust the whole thing, and 2 hours later you walk by and there's dust all
because the
over
dust is so fine.
Right.
It's dust. Anyway,
So I want to go on.
No, we're moving back to Long Island, New York.
Oh, great. Yeah, I love Long Island.
I want the
Wonderful.
seasons. I want my people. And you know what, Paul? I'm sick of people saying to me, "Oh, you've got such a New York accent." I don't have a New York accent. They have a California Sissy Mary accent. They all sound like gay people out here.
I'm the same way, and I get kind of the same thing because I've lived in other places, so mine is not seriously strong. Like I lived, 30 years there before moving, so I don't have a very thick accent. But I tell people, you want to see my New York accent, just tick me off.
Absolutely.
He's the same way.
Look, does my Brooklyn come out?
Oh my God, it really comes out.
You know what? Last week we interviewed Barbara Streisand's sister, and she said the same thing, that when she gets upset, her Brooklyn comes out. So like they say, you can take the girl out of Brooklyn, but you can't take the Brooklyn out of the girl. And that's what she said. And it's so true. I don't think we have an accent because if you listen to the news commentators, they speak like we do. They say dog and water. They don't say water and dog. Who the fuck says dog?
Anyway, all right,
It's
we're
a
going to go. I
dog.
want to move forward. All right, so you have a film. You have a bunch of films, but this is a big film. It's called Maya, and I'm going to read this real quick, you guys. So Maya is a shape-shifting soul collector, seeks to lead a group of unsuspecting non-believers into the afterlife. As space and time become a blurred mirror of reality and Maya's mysterious abilities take on a dark and ominous tone, fear becomes the only key to salvation. For this group of unsuspecting victims, their deepest terror becomes their only way out. And so from what I understand, this movie has won a zillion awards. I wrote down 41 awards and 15 nominations, but I don't know if they were all for this one film or that's for all your films.
That was just for this film, and there's been some additional ones since then too. So we're raking in. The thing I like best about winning the awards is we're not just winning the awards for like best acting or only for best effects or something. We're winning awards in all these different categories. It seems like we win a different award every time. And just cumulatively, what that tells me is that we were on the right track as far as making a total film. It doesn't mean everybody's going to like it, but my intention going into this was I didn't want to make just another indie horror film. I love it. I love them. I participate in them. I've edited some of them. I've done a lot of things for them. But this one was kind of my passion project. I wanted this to be unique. I wanted this to have my voice to it. And so I was heavily involved in a lot of it.
You wrote it, you directed it and everything, right? Like you actually wrote this. It wasn't like you didn't just direct somebody else's. This is your whole baby from the beginning to end.
I did so much of it. In fact, I was going to have somebody do much more of the visual effects, but when COVID hit and I suddenly had what I considered the luxury of time, which I never have, I taught myself to do some additional visual effects. And I did most of that even myself then, which kept the cost down. From the producer in me was happy about that.
Actually, I read, so I Googled it online to read like different reviews and stuff. And a lot of people said for not a super high budget that the film is fantastic. And a lot of people commented on the special effects, that the special effects were really good.
What's the film about?
I just read you the fucking
No,
synopsis.
I don't want the synopsis. I want
It's a female Grim Reaper.
A female Grim Reaper.
Okay, got it.
So we're going to play the trailer for everybody. So the one we want is the one that says Maya official trailer. What I want you to do, Paul, is you just introduce the trailer for us, and then hang on. We're going to play it for everybody, and then we'll be right back.
All right. Okay. Everybody, my film, Maya, it'll be coming to your town soon. In the meantime, enjoy the trailer.
Sounds good.
I went up into the mountain as high as I could go. I didn't see the bridge anywhere. In fact, I didn't see the public access point where we parked. On the bright side, it appears we're not alone out here.
Her name's Maya.
She told you that.
No. I just know.
Maddox here seems to think something supernatural might be going on.
Look, what I believe is something strange is happening, okay? I'm starting to think that we may be in danger.
Made a wrong turn in the woods. All of a sudden, the basic laws of physics don't apply.
Yeah, I love the fist through the body with the like heart or whatever that was coming out. That was awesome.
In that scene, that was one of my favorites as well too. I worked with a guy named Joe Castro, who you guys may know, I don't know, but an effects guy from the LA area who helped me with that, because what we did was in the sequence, it's his time. Maya's come to collect this particular character, so she kind of, series of unfortunate events, and she ends up driving her hand through his back, pulling the heart up so that it's still beating in her hand and so he could see it before he dies.
No, I love it. And actually, even the chat room saying Brink Stevens. So Brink Stevens is a friend of ours who's also been on the show. And actually, we went to, she had a premiere.
Doesn't look low budget.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks really
good. Your camera does not look low budget.
Thank you. Yeah, we did a lot. I knew what I was going to do a lot in post, and so we shot the footage in a way knowing that I was going to edit it. So we were able to explore and play with camera motions in a way that a traditional Hollywood setup wouldn't necessarily work, because you have to provide your editor with data that makes some semblance of sense. But in my case, I could explore a little bit and experiment a little bit. And since I was so heavily involved in this is the opportunity to kind of show what I can do, not just make product. I wanted to make my film that people can look at and say, that's a Paul Hemis film.
Did you do Final Cut?
I did.
That's always worked. I like that idea. When a writer-director does the final cut, the movie's usually very good. For some reason, he's on the same page with himself. Yeah. When you have to depend on somebody else's vision of it, they don't see it the way you, like
we have a lot of friends who are directors who
movie. I would really like the final cut of the movie I wrote, because nobody's going to see it the way I do. And I agree with Paul.
I think we have a lot of friends who are directors, lots actually, but they don't get, because somebody else finances the film, they get to edit it the way they want, and it never comes out the way the director really wants. Shit.
You cannot, if you do not understand the script, you cannot do the final cut.
Sure.
It's an impossibility. It's just
in a straight narrative feature that is bad enough. In a film like this, where this is more like a Ken Russell or David Lynch or Cronenberg or somebody like that. There's a lot of kind of abstract framing to some of the narrative. And so, this wouldn't make a lot of sense to an editor. I would probably, if I had hired an editor, I would be in there the entire time anyway, just kind of, no, don't do this. Just,
right.
It's just a waste of everyone's time. So I just went ahead and I just edited it myself. And because I knew I was editing, like I said, I shot it the way I knew I could edit.
Right.
Now, do you shoot a film? No, do you edit while you're shooting a film?
Sometimes. I usually start editing like right after. Just, because so many hours in the day. I try to kind of focus on one thing at a time, but I do know that I try to compress the shooting schedule into as tight a window as possible so that I can start jumping on it in the editing. And I do have the rough first cut of the film done pretty quick after, just kind of as my baseline. And then I start bringing in other visual effects and see how we can kind of maybe turn this into something a little bit even beyond what was originally shot. But, the time is of the essence. You really got to get that kind of window compressed.
So your answer is yes, you do sometimes edit when you're shooting.
Yes, yeah.
Because I know films that some producers and directors shoot a film and it looks good before they even do the final cut, because they were. Who was it that told us they only edit while they shoot? Somebody who does wonderful films. One of our friends said he only edits while he's shooting because it makes the cutting easier and the continuity of the story easier.
Makes the cutting. And one other thing I would add to that is, especially at the indie filmmaking level, it allows you to course correct if something is not being done the way you know they're intending it. Because sometimes when you're shooting, like, nobody intends to make a bad movie.
Right.
So when you're shooting something And if you don't get that kind of real feedback, sometimes you're delivering something that's not editable, and they have to kind of, fudge things and make things work. If you see that starting to develop early enough in the process, then you can kind of, nudge the director to, hey, this is what's happening. You may want to rethink that, and collaborative nature of the business. You can kind of prevent problems by staying on top of it in real time. So those off days and the off hours and such, at least going through and beginning that assemble edit, provides, I believe, a wealth of time and money saving and grief saving benefit.
So when
did you see Hanukkah?
No, I have not.
The film made absolutely no sense from beginning to end. No, really. We went to the red carpet. I interviewed
I'm surprised you can even remember that.
Well, because it was such a horror. I interviewed everybody in the lobby, and my first question was, "Did you get the movie? Do you understand it?" Everyone said no. Who the fuck was editing that? Who was doing that? I will never know. It was not even pieces of things put together. It was the most craziest. Whatever, I can't even describe it.
Actually, do you know who Marcel Waltz is?
I love him.
I've heard the name.
So you should look him up. So he's an
Fabulous.
indie film director. I believe, in my opinion, he is probably the best indie horror director that we've ever seen, and we know a lot of people. His films are really, really good. Like yours, he wins zillions of awards for all of them. They're not really big budgets, but he does wonderful things with them. Great stories, though. But one of the things that's good is that he has an actual story.
He combines thriller with horror. That's the movie I like. If I go to see only a horror, chop and kill and blood all over the place, I think any idiot could do this. Anybody could blow up a human being. But let's put a story to it, fellas. Let's not make it. Even the crappy Bela Lugosi movies had a story. Right. The old, vampire movies, the story was weak, but at least it had a story.
Now, that's why I like this. I think people are going to like this because it
does
have a story.
No, that's my next question. Does your movie have a story?
My movie has a story. It has a story that it's got a lot of story. You really got to kind of hang with it.
Good.
And what we tried to do was what you were saying, because I'm absolutely in that camp. I'm kind of tired of films that are 85 to 95 minutes of jump scares. That's not a horror movie. That's just you're just screaming loud and shocking somebody.
Right.
It's not the same thing.
Jump.
You're right. It's not the same.
I like the old movies where it's just building suspense for 20 minutes and you can't stand even watching it anymore because it just builds and it builds. So, that's what I tried to do with mine.
Psycho was the one. Psycho, Hitchcock did. That was a thriller movie, and the blood scene was the shower, and it became international. It became the most famous scene on film. Is Janet Leigh getting stabbed in the shower, and you never see her getting stabbed. You just see blood running down the water, and people were terrified. Right. Oh my God!
I want to go back. So let's go back to you first. First of all, so the film has won all these awards. Does the film? Have you already set up distribution for it?
We're close to, I'm entertaining, I think, 3 offers now, and we'll be making a decision relatively soon so that we can kind of get it out there, hopefully by summer or such. We've got a couple other screenings that'll be happening in the short run, though, to keep it in.
Have you always been have you always been a horror movie fan?
Yes. The simple answer is yes. However, that horror is my favorite. However, when I was a kid, my parents wanted date days. So Saturday was the day that they were going to do something. So they would take me, drive me down to the local movie house or whatever, the multiplex, and say, go see a movie, And so I saw everything as a kid, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I was watching The Sting. I was watching Arthur. I was watching you name it, just all sorts of stuff.
I can feel old.
Actually, Arthur came out when I was a senior in high school. So
those movies, I was already in my 50s when those movies came out.
So wait, in terms of horror, so I like everything too. So horror is my favorite genre. I collect action figures. I collect everything. Horror and superheroes basically is my thing.
But he doesn't dust them.
But But
all full of
I
deaths.
like all of them, but horror is really like my favorite. I watch a little bit of everything. So, what are some of your favorite horror movies? Like either growing up and now, what are some of your favorite horror movies?
Okay. Well, I was a big fan of, well, like I said, I like the kind of bump in the dark kind of movies. So I liked movies that, like, there's a film called Ghost Story. That's one of my favorites. I watched
love
all
that movie. Love that. With Fred Astaire.
have not even seen it, and it drives me nuts because you got like Mount Rushmore of actors in this thing. You got Douglas Fairbanks Jr., you got John Houseman, you got
Maybe it is.
Yeah, that's
Is that
Fred Astaire. Yeah, I mean, it's just
Fred Astaire was in that.
Fred Astaire was in that. It's just it's
A
great.
wonderful movie, wonderful, and she was the scariest woman in the world. Was the lead girl
I
when
know.
she was floating in the water. I mean, scary as all hell.
Yeah, and all she did was just kind of, it was minimalist. It was all in the performance. She just kind of stared this unearthly stare at you, and it was beautiful.
It was a thriller. I love that. You and I love that movie. Jimmy, we'll watch it tonight.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Right one.
Just fabulous.
Yeah.
What are some of the other ones? What are some other films that like do so if you like Bump in the Night, so you're not really like a Jason or a Freddy or a Chucky. You're not really a Jason, Freddy, or Chucky.
I watch all of those, but I don't put those in my favorites list. You know, those are kind of, if they're on, yeah, I get amusement and I'll watch them. I actually have a favorite Friday the 13th and an unfavorite Friday the 13th, but
which is your favorite and which is your unfavorite?
well, four is actually the best Friday the 13th movie, although 6 is probably the best movie. That's the one that they tried to turn Jason into like a universal monster.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I've seen all of them. We've had everybody who's played Jason on the show. So
how about Paul? How about the black and white Night of the Living Dead?
Love it. Love
Was
it.
that-
I got to meet George Romero, got to meet John Russo. I've talked with them ad nauseum about it. It drives me nuts, the copyright issue, that those guys never really saw a penny from that movie.
Oh, that's a sin. But we never saw human beings being burnt. It was the first time we saw flesh on fire, and it was the most nauseating, frightening thing. I love that film.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
That's
great.
a fabulous movie. From that, everything else today came from that film.
Exactly. There was no, what we know as zombies now didn't exist prior to that. It was all like the Haitian mind control kind of stuff.
Right.
But the dead coming to life, that was all from that
The only
movie.
zombie movies we ever had was with black people, when they would be like this and they painted eyeballs on their eyelids. And that was the zombie, was the black person in the swamp of the jungle. And of course, the heroine always got captured by the zombie. But nobody ate flesh.
Right. Yeah, when they shot that, they didn't even call it zombies. It wasn't zombies. They called them ghouls.
Yeah, it was voodoo people.
Right.
Actually, I used to be pretty good friends with Bill Heinzman, who was the zombie, from the original Night of the Living Dead, and George Romero, and we're friends with George Romero's son.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on the show a bunch of times.
But they really have come a long way with zombies, boy. Now they have zombies from outer space.
They have zombie
industry unto itself now.
I don't really know if I like Bump and Knock movies. I don't know if I see too many of them actually. Like I actually have always, I don't know. I like all the classic, the ones that everybody likes. And then there's certain movies that I've seen that were so bad. There's one movie I've seen, now I forgot the name of it, but I could never even watch it again.
I like The Haunting. That was wonderful.
Haunting is a good one. Yeah, I like haunting movies generally. Have you seen The Changeling? That's another one that I'm a big fan of, with George C. Scott, where he moves into a house and there's the ghost of a murdered toddler in the house, and they gave the ghostly aberration the personality of a toddler. It was fascinating, I thought. And that's another one of those bump in the night ones.
So many good films that don't need all the blood and guts. And I tell that to all of our friends who are producers and movie makers. And I'm in a lot of them, and I don't like them. Thankfully, I've never been chopped up in a movie, and I hope never to be.
I like it. So was Maya? How many films have you directed? Is that your first film that you've directed? That's yours, or have you directed a bunch of other ones?
I've directed 3 films. This is the biggest one of the 3, and they're all kind of non-conventional in their own way, and that they're horror films. But again, I try to intentionally veer away from exploding heads and things like that, because there's 100 other guys making exploding heads movies.
Right. No, I think that's actually a really smart way. You said something earlier that you said, when people see it, you want them to know that it's a Paul C. Hemis film, and like, so you will have, and Marcel, the director we're talking, he also has his own style. And I think that's a great way, to approach it. Cause as you grow on, you don't want to be like everybody else anyway. So it sets you apart from the crowd.
Let's talk true business here. Marcel Waltz did a film called Blind, which is a masterpiece. You should watch it. Blind, a masterpiece. Okay. But he didn't make any money. The film won 1 million awards, didn't make any money. Now he made a couple of chop 'em up bloody shit, made a lot of money. So there you go. The audiences are not ready for intelligent films. They want to smoke pot and scream.
But you guys know the phrase "one for them, one for me."
Yes.
So that's kind of my approach to it. Is if somebody wants me to make a an exploding head movie, fine, I'll make an exploding head. But in return, back me up on this lower budget, kind of experimental thing that I want to do. That's maybe audience has to find. But make it worth their while. Yeah, you'll make a ton of money on this exploding head movie. So give me an olive branch over here. And I think that might be the methodology that works for people.
The worst movies that we've seen, and we see them all because we go to everybody's carpet. And I don't lie because I don't want to lie. People trust my word. And I will say to them, less blood, more story. And they say, Ron, I want to make money. One movie we saw was wonderful. There was blood and guts in it, but they took a long time getting there. And the critic wrote, too long of a wait for blood and guts or whatever. So they want it right away. Open the movie, have somebody explode, and you got a hit. So I don't get it. I don't understand what's happened to film.
It's definitely not like it used to be.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
See, I'm okay with it because my favorite genre is like the torture porn stuff. So like I'm really big, like the Saw franchise, really big for me. I loved it.
Okay, let me
finish.
No, I want to interrupt. Let me make a major point here. Psycho, we saw blood going down a drain, and we were mortified.
Black and white blood too. You didn't even have the shock of
blood, you're right.
Now, if we saw that, we don't even know it happened. We avoid it. We roll right over it. Okay, where's the real thing? We have become desensitized. There's nothing you could give the audience now to make them vomit or shock. Hitchcock did it with blood in a bathtub. Do you understand my point? What are we going to do next to make the audience scream? They see somebody's head blow up and they go like this. Oh, that's cool.
Lately,
is that cool?
Lately, there's a lot of penises getting chopped off.
I'm actually optimistic about this in this regard. The model for making money in the streaming age has changed a little bit in that, and this isn't my theory. I've had other people have told me this, so I won't take credit for it. But the movies, when you go on to like a Hulu or Netflix or something, it's kind of like going to a Golden Corral buffet. You go in and there's like 50 options. Oh my God, this is wonderful. Look at all these choices. But really, people are going to eat the mac and cheese. They're going to eat the fried chicken. They're going to eat the pizza. The ambrosia is going to be thrown out at the end of the night. The 4-bean salad is going to be thrown out at the end of the night. The same applies to what you go on. If you go on to Hulu, what are all these films that we're seeing? I mean, most of them have very limited appeal, very limited. They're all low budget things. What they are is the 4-bean salad. They're the filler. So that when you go on to Hulu, it's like, wow, look at all these options. Even though their statistics show people are still watching the 3 or 4 marquee movies because there's no marketing for these others. So I would argue that these kind of mid to lower budgeted kind of like Blumhouse and things like that should be making more films like the stuff I'm talking about, because what do you got to lose? It's filler anyway. If it gets out there and seen and it hits.
And I agree. Hang on, we got to go because we got 1 minute.
Oh,
so I want to go.
Marcel has a movie where you see a man's penis being chopped off. Okay? Sensationalism. The film is a hit. I said next thing they should do is put firecrackers up a woman's snatch and blow it off. Watch her
There's
pussy,
an idea for you.
watch her pussy go into a million
Hang on.
pieces.
So hang on. You
Note
guys,
yourself. Yeah, I got you.
you have 1 minute. So
We
hang
would
on. You
have
guys,
a hit, Paul.
you guys, this
we
is
would have such
Paul
a
C.
hit.
Hemmes. You can follow, first of all, his Instagram is Fancy Lad Films, you guys. Please let Matt know when the movie comes out, and we'll let everybody know, because we have a big following, and that way when it's streaming, we'll get a lot of people to pay attention and watch it for you. I think it's really great. I want to congratulate you. Number one, I want to congratulate you on coming through, having tumor in your brain and that
Yes,
everything is good. So
that's
I'm very
wonderful.
happy for you and your family.
Thank God.
Number
for
two,
that.
I'm happy that you got a movie that's got, all these awards and nominations. Congratulations
Yep.
on that. And we expect big things from you as you progress your career.
Thank you both. Life's been good to me.
Yes.
Good-
Thank
good
you so much for
interview,
coming
Paul.
on the show. And
Thank you
we
for
wish
your,
you all the best with everything. And we want to thank Matt Chasen for setting this whole thing up for us. So thank you so
And
much, Matt.
Paul,
All right.
Thanks for all your info, Paul.
All right. Have
Take
a good
care,
one.
bud.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming on the show, listening. This next week, we're going to have a really fun show, you guys. We have a really cool guest already lined up, Lee Waddell, who's the original Ghostface in Scream, which should be a lot of fun since that's such a huge movie. So it's going to be fun. Thanks, chat room. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Juan. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.